Shoggy Tosh joins us from London. Hello, Shoggy. It's good to have you. How do you think Arsenal took advantage of a weak and disinterested United side?
Yes, I would say so. But Arsenal still had to bring it. Wenger had to obviously adjust a little bit and do probably what he wouldn't want to do. Using a back three, and it's been working. Very well for Arsenal. And even obviously using the wing backs. With Ox and that has actually worked well. But Jose is prioritizing. The Europa Cup, Europa League. Obviously, that's the easier channel for Man United to get into the Champions League. So yes, you can say that he left. He's very pacey strikers out after the Europa game, and obviously just trying to make sure that they recover because they don't have like an in-depth squad. But having said all that, Arsenal had to bring it, and they really did a good job winning those three crucial points just to kind of because they have a game in hand, so just at least to see if they could get above Man United to be in the 5th spot and see if there's any way they can creep into the top 4.
So is the top 4 still possible for the Gunners?
I doubt it. I mean, you must say it's between Liverpool and Arsenal because obviously Chelsea and Tottenham, they're out, and even Man City, you have to say those 3 are going to be in the top 4. And if Arsenal can kind of bring on the form, because they had a dreadful form a couple of weeks ago, if they can just try to keep this going, that means if they win their games in hand, they will just be like a point below Liverpool, and you just never know. As the season is ending, you could see, with the game, with Tottenham, you can just drop points if you take your eyes off the ball. So no one can take it for granted. But I think Liverpool might just peep Arsenal. So
should Mourinho give up the fight for a top 4 finish? He's already considered it's over. Do you think he should give up that fight and focus on the Europa League?
Yeah, Jose is someone that is very sensible. He's very knowledgeable of the game and he's very sensible. He doesn't hold sentiments. With Wenger, you can see Wenger that at times he holds on to his belief for too long. Even switching to the back three, which he normally wouldn't do, he had to do that for a while since they were conceding a lot of goals. Not forgetting the game they played against Crystal Palace. But Jose is a very intelligent guy. He knows if he doesn't have. He knows the kind of game he wants to play. He wants to play the Man United way, but he knows that he hasn't got the squad for it. Not forgetting that Ibrahim is out with injury. He just got Mata back, so he knows that he hasn't got a big enough in-depth squad to fight for the Europa League and the league at the same time. And you can see that even though before the game against Arsenal they had a 25-game stretch unbeaten, although most of them were draws, but he knows that he hasn't got that big enough squad. So you can't chase 2 rats at the same time. You're going to lose both. So that's what he's just doing.
Right, Chelsea look to put one hand on the title. That's with the visit of Middlesbrough. You fancy Conte's men winning the league with a game to spare?
Chelsea, they're in the winning seat, and but again, you can't just take your eye off the ball. Against Middlesbrough, you must say, and Middlesbrough looks like they're relegated, with 28 points, and they have a game in hand, but it's a game against Chelsea, and the last 7 meetings, they've always lost against Chelsea, but at the same time, Tottenham, West Ham is a very, very good example of what I'm talking about. The Premiership might not be as exciting in another way, compared to the La Liga or the German League, but then, there's a huge contest between teams. I mean, if Sunderland, that was even relegated, could still beat Hull City yesterday, you could see that, you just can't take your eye off the ball. And with Chelsea today, David Luiz he has a knock. There's a little bit doubt on him, and Kante as well. There's a little bit doubt. So, and these are 2 key players that you don't want to miss. So, but it looks like Chelsea's going to win, but they can't afford to take their eye off the ball. If they can win that and have another win, then the trophy is Chelsea's.
All right. Many thanks for your time, Shoggy Tosh.
Thank you.